Hola, hola. My name is Ramon, cosmetic chemist, esthetician, supporter of a skin barrier. I feel like I come on this channel a lot, and my number one priority is always support your skin barrier, nourish your skin barrier. Doing that is the foundation for the rest of your skincare routine. More so, I always talk about it with Western products, so like American, European products. Today we're doing the Korean version, highlighting some Korean skincare products that fit this criteria. And so if you have a compromised skin barrier, you're looking to just strengthen your skin barrier, support her, or you're starting retinoids. This is a really great routine to get your skin in a good spot and help to maintain its health so that all the other actives in your routine can work to their fullest capability. So with that, we're doing a full skincare routine, and it's actually going to be good for morning and night. And everything in today's video is going to be vegan, as well as alcohol, fragrance, and essential oil free as well. So if you have sensitive skin, these are also very great products to consider. As with all my videos, take the main concepts and talking points, apply it to your routine as you see fit. And that way it's even more tailored to what you like to use and what textures and sensorial experiences you'd like to have with your products. Today's video is going to be done in partnership with Vegreen. I'll be highlighting 3 of their skincare products alongside a few other products that I've personally purchased as well. But as I mentioned with all of my videos, always take the concepts and apply them to what's best for you. Also, don't mind this. I did cut my thumb with a butter knife. Did not know that was possible. So, compromised skin barrier can be caused by a lot of things. As I mentioned earlier, starting new retinoids or increasing retinoid strength can do this. Also using retinoids a little bit too often. Over exfoliation, over cleansing, sunburns. A lot of these things aid in disrupting and compromising a skin barrier. How do you know if your skin barrier is compromised? It's red, it's dry, it's tight, it's irritated. So anything on your skin, it tends to burn, even water. Also, if you have breakouts you don't normally get, but they're not normal breakouts, and also your skin, basically your skin is feeling very tight. Those are ways to know if your barrier is compromised. So the whole focus of this routine is really to do the normal skincare steps in a way that nourishes your skin, helping to support the skin barrier as it works to heal itself, but also not only helping to support it as it heals itself, but basically kind of doing some of the same functions your skin barrier normally does on its own, so that some of the work, some of the slack is taken off your skin barrier. These are very simple products, as I mentioned earlier, alcohol, fragrance, and essential oil free of most actives, except for those that help to hydrate the skin, support skin moisture, and or help to strengthen the skin barrier to some degree. So let's get started. Okay, so I zoomed you in so you can get a up close and better look. This is the end of my day, so this is technically going to be a nighttime routine. I will touch on AM at the end of the video. If you want to fast forward or go to any specific part, I always have timestamps. But we're starting with a cleanse, and today we're doing a cream cleanser, and we're using one that I purchased off YesStyle. This is the Isntree Yam Root Vegan Milk Cleanser. This caught my eye because it's a milk cleanser, aka a cream cleanser. Cream cleansers are basically, think of washing your face with like a lightweight moisturizer. It doesn't foam. The idea of a cream cleanser is it's going to cleanse the skin without foaming, and it has more nourishing ingredients in it, so it's going to simultaneously cleanse while not stripping the skin and, in a sense, aiding in skin hydration and moisturization. So just to show you, see I'm pumping out a few pumps. It looks like a moisturizer, and as I wet it and lather it, you can see it's not foaming, it's still creamy. So massage that in and work it in. This feels really lightweight. It feels kind of like low-key like a sun essence, like a really, really lightweight cream. And the idea with these is that they still work like regular cleansers. They're not foaming, but they're still working like regular cleansers. These have specific surfactants in them. Surfactants are the things that cleanse. And surfactants are also a category of emulsifiers. Emulsifiers help combine oil and water. And so what happens is that these surfactants in this are attracting the oil-based impurities. So think sebum, sunscreen, makeup. And the minute they come into contact with water, it emulsifies all that away, so it's able to rinse off nicely. You can see cleansing, 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 no foam. Fun fact, I film these in my studio. I don't have a sink in here. And it's very messy when I do these kind of skincare routines in here. And since I don't have a sink, I have to use like a little spray bottle with water. And then we can just wipe that off. I recommend cream cleansers for, again, if you have compromised skin barrier. They're not going to be stripping. They're a more nourishing formula. Also for those who have dry skin or sensitive skin, they're a really nice, gentle way to cleanse the skin without sensitizing or stripping the skin. And that's the skin cleanse. My face is red, but that's just because it gets red whenever I touch it, not irritated. But one thing to note is that cream cleansers function as well as foam cleansers. I would say if you're wearing heavy duty makeup, heavy duty sunscreen, do 2 rounds, but you would always do that with a regular cleanser, or oil cleanse beforehand. I actually always love to oil cleanse, even more so when I have sensitized skin, only because I find it makes the whole cleansing routine a lot more gentle because you're not working double time to get everything off. So now let's get into the next step, which is my favorite step, which is the hydrators. I personally, in my opinion, I really love layering hydrators when the skin is compromised or you're trying to support the skin barrier, only because the whole function of the skin barrier is to maintain skin hydration levels and reduce the amount of water loss from the skin, aka TOOL, transepidermal water loss. And so part of of me is like, well, okay, if that's the function of the skin, let me aid it in providing it some more hydration, layering up some toners, serums, and the like, and then using moisturizers to kind of seal that in, reduce that tool. So I love layering toners, essences, serums. I'm gonna start off with the first product from Vegreen. This is their Mucin Essence Toner. This is vegan, so this does not use snail essence. Instead, this actually uses wild yam extract to really mimic that texture, that viscous. Let me just show you. We're gonna do a few drops, and you can see it has a little bit of a viscosity to it. It's a little bit muciny, and that just aids in hydrating the skin. I love a richer texture toner for this, and layering it up, doing a few layers, aka the OG 3-5-7 skin method. So this has 68% of that yam extract, which it's the first ingredient. Water is not even the first ingredient. On top of that, this also has glycerin, it has panthenol, it has arginine, as well as different molecular weights of hyaluronic acid to really just boost skin hydration, really get that skin nice and plump and juicy. Go in with layer number 2. So the wild yam itself is going to be an ingredient that helps to hydrate and nourish the skin. And then panthenol in any barrier product is one of my favorite ingredients to see. It's another ingredient that just helps to support barrier function and helps to soothe the skin as well, especially if your skin's irritated from being compromised. And so you can see how hydrated and juicy the skin is right now. Also, don't neglect your neck and your chest. I actually bring all my retinoids down to my neck and my chest. So this is definitely a routine you can use when you are just doing a retinol night, and bringing it down. And so that's a toner. I love a toner. I love layering those, and that's just a very versatile step in my routine, just because, again, I can adjust how much toner I want to use, and plus you get so much of product in a bottle. But if you want a serum, I also got a serum you could use from Vegreen as well. This is their Reishi Serum, skin barrier Reishi Serum, mind you. And if you're not aware, Reishi is a type of mushroom. This actually features 3 different types of mushroom extracts in there, and mushroom extracts are great for hydrating the skin. Take a few puffs of that. And for all of these, I always work them in my hands and I press them in. It places the product where you want it, and also it just feels nice. And so on top of that 3 mushroom complex, you also have a couple other skincare actives in here. So you have niacinamide, you have adenosine, you also have glycerin. Niacinamide, it's an ingredient that does a lot of things. Specifically in this context, it has the ability to soothe the skin as well as to help to support skin barrier function. So I like seeing niacinamide in a product for skin barrier. I know it's a very controversial ingredient right now, but having it in one product in your routine is useful instead of having it in every single product if you're more sensitive to the ingredient. And I'd rather have it in a serum step like this personally. This also has green tea, allantoin, and licorice extract, which also help to soothe the skin as well. Especially when I'm using retinoids, I love soothing products just because certain areas of my skin, like here next to my eyes, along where I shave, can get red, can get a little bit irritated when I use retinoids. So just like to have that extra benefit on top of the hydrating. And now is where my skin feels nice and juicy and plump. You know, that chuk feeling? You got that right now. On top of those, it also features 5 fermented ingredients, and I love a fermented ingredient. I love ferments in my toners and my serums, and I feel like whenever I include fermented ingredients in my skincare routine, my skin just does better. The tone is a lot more even. My skin's just better hydrated and moisturized. It's less oily. It also helps in my breakouts. I love fermented ingredients, especially when I'm focusing on barrier care. It's an ingredient or ingredient family I like to see. And the last step for nighttime, moisturizer. Realistically, moisturizer is going to serve the most important function in a barrier strengthening, barrier support routine, because it's what's really supporting that skin barrier function to basically restore itself. The skin barrier, again, reduces transepidermal water loss. That's the whole purpose of a moisturizer. You have a few different categories of ingredients in a moisturizer. You have humectants, which are the hydrating ingredients. You have emollients, which are essentially the ingredients that help to smooth the skin surface and give nice slip to products. So in their own right, they also, to a certain degree, reduce transepidermal water loss. And then you have occlusives. Those are the things that act a little bit more like a lightweight film to really reduce the amount of water loss to the skin. You can have more lightweight occlusives or more rich occlusives, but really those are the 3 important categories in a moisturizer. So this is the 730 Daily Moisture Cream from Vegreen, and this actually only has 11 ingredients. This has no real actives in it, and the primary focus is really just to moisturize the skin in a very lightweight way, support the skin barrier function. And realistically, aside from some of the emulsifiers in this has glycerin, this has squalane, and this has arginine. Arginine is an amino acid, and it's also a natural moisturizing factor, so it's just, once again, helping skin barrier function and helping moisturize the skin. So we're gonna take a little bit of this, and actually it's nighttime, so at night I like to go a little bit heavy with moisturizers and just working in the skin. If you're having very, very dry skin, maybe a couple of nights a week you can do this, I like to take a very liberal layer of my moisturizer and kind of treat it like a little mask, a moisture mask. And I usually do this a while before bed, so maybe like an hour or so. So that way during that hour, it has time to kind of set down a little bit and it's not so rich and sticky on my skin by the time it's time for bedtime. If it is still sticky, just blot with a little tissue. But I find that really helps a lot with dry skin, parched skin, sensitized skin, if your moisturizer does have some more soothing ingredients in it. And so depending on the scale of which your skin is dry or it's compromised, you can use this day and night. That's why they call it the 730 cream, because you can use it twice a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. And I find the texture is very, very lightweight. That being said, I prefer to use moisturizers more so at night. And in the morning, I'll gauge what I need just because I have oily skin depending on the season. Even during summer, I might not want to moisturize in the morning. So instead, in the morning, this is the morning part of the video, you can do all the steps up to hydrator for the morning. Use a moisturizer if you want, if you have more dry skin or if your skin just needs it in the morning. But realistically in the morning, because I am using sunscreen, I really rely on my sunscreen to provide most of my moisturization. And a really, really great moisturizer, and I'm really happy that this did launch this year, to support skin barrier function is from Purito. This is their Daily Soft Touch Sunscreen. And the deal with this is it's a chemical sunscreen that features UV filters that are a little bit better for a sensitive skin profile, but also this features a really good range of ingredients for compromised skin, for supporting the skin barrier. First of all, this features ceramides, cholesterols, fatty acids, which those are actually the main components that make up the lipid portion of the skin barrier. So the thing that kind of helps to prevent the water loss from the skin, those are the main components of that part of the skin. This also features glycerin to help hydrate. You have bisabolol, which is an extract from chamomile, which is very soothing. I love that ingredient in skincare. And then you have panthenol and centella. Both of those soothe skin. Panthenol just helps to support the skin barrier. So I really love this, especially because it has all those ingredients, but the texture is not heavy. It's not greasy. This leaves a natural glow on the skin, even having oily skin. They say matte. I don't find this mattifying. But that list of ingredients, to me, when I saw it, I was very happy and very shocked. Just because, especially if you're looking for products to support skin barrier function, you want products that kind of mimic the same components. And that's why natural moisturizing factors like arginine are really good to look for. Hyaluronic acid, glycerin are really nice humectants. And then ceramides, cholesterols, and fatty acids, because those mimic the same components in the skin barrier, are just a plus to see. And then certain actives like niacinamide, which help to support skin barrier moisturization, panthenol, centella, those kind of things. So those are the ingredients I love to see, ingredients I love to look for. And kind of going back to the beginning of the video, if you do have sensitive skin, if your skin is compromised, you want to potentially avoid things like alcohol, things like essential oils and fragrance, which they're not bad ingredients, but they have the potential to worsen irritation. That makes sense. So yeah, that was a full skincare routine featuring Korean skincare that is great to use to support your skin barrier, to help to repair a compromised skin barrier, or to use if you are using some retinoids for the first time or you're trying to acclimate your skin to that. Which, side note, do you want a video on Korean retinoids? I've been trying out a lot. I've seen a lot of recent launches the last couple years, which are really interesting, and I'd love to talk about those. Let me know below in the comments section. And again, big thank you to Vegreen for partnering with me for today's video. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, notification bell, so that you know when I post more skincare, sunscreen, and fancy related content on my channel. Give the video a thumbs up, and thanks for watching, guys. Bye.